Yellow. God, I don't even know what I'm drinking. I mixed some, I don't even know what the mixture is. For all I know, I could be drinking somebody's damn Blumpkin piss. Oh my God, is that even a thing? Last night, I got the opportunity to go see Shawn. Hold on, I'm just putting on some cute shoes because these socks are horrendous. Okay, let me fix these damn dinky lights because they're cute and they're not showing. It's so gross. We're all at the airport. When it comes to arrivals, especially for Shawn, it's more of a hangout than it is kind of like stress. No, I wouldn't say stressful because meeting Shawn isn't stressful because you know he's nice, he's genuine, and he does take the time. Hold on. Do I look cute? Speaking of, wait. Sexy mans. So we're hiding behind not hiding, I wouldn't say we're hiding. We're just kind of adjusting ourselves, you know, adjusting our clothes, making sure that we look kind of proper, we look cute, we look sexy, we look eatable. Eatable. So then Babak suddenly goes, Shawn. So then people are, all you hear is like shuffling. Like people are like moving like, oh my God, Shawn, like fangirling. And then I turn from the wall. Oh, before I turn from the wall, I always keep, no matter who it is, like where I'm going, I always have like a little sample of cologne or perfume or whatever I have in my pocket. I turn my head literally 360. I see Shawn take out that little cologne, perfume, and I'm like, spritzing, like spraying myself, drenching myself as if I just went swimming in, I don't know what cologne it was, but it smelled sexy. Shawn starts walking down the rail outside, like he comes out of the terminal, he starts walking outside of the rail, like down the rail with his luggages. And I'm looking around, literally nobody with him, he's alone. I was like kind of anxious for him because once again, when he came out, fangirls formed, like they look like sardines. Like I was like shook, like I was literally like, honestly, these people hide, like they're literally spies. And then suddenly when Shawn comes out, it's like, they're like literally they attack. He had to have said something like, meet me at the other side of the airport where it's less busy. He's known to do that. I've gotten used to him doing that. So like sometimes I'll just look for him, or sometimes I'll watch him come out and then I'll just on my own go to the section that he initially would tell us to go to. I'm like slowly making my way, but as I turn around, Shawn is walking with 2 luggages, a guitar case on 1 luggage, and he's walking to the other side of the airport where he would normally meet all the fans. And as he's walking, he has his head down because I think he got overwhelmed by the fact that there were so many people. Like there is normally a lot of people, but to this extent, wow, like I was literally like, what? Like this is literally like for like I would say the population of a middle school. There were so many teensy little dinky girls and me, a grown man, in the middle of it, which kind of sounds odd. I could just tell that he doesn't want to be seen by the general public, kind of like the locals. But the thing is, in the past I've like kind of helped him develop like the line and make sure things are organized, because I met him plenty of times to the point where it's like, okay, let's just like, it's not like a priority for me. I just want to be there and like hang out and whatever. He starts walking and he gets over there, but I was like, okay, I'm not going to be joining this crowd because it was literally him. And then, not kidding you, like a group of girls just following, and literally all of them like their phones out. It was like crazy to watch because you never really get to experience something like that in full until it happens like that. I don't even know what I'm damn dinky saying. Let me take a drink of this suspect damn mystery juice. So me and Babak kind of take another route to get to where he wants us to be. Once we get there, he forms a line. He's happy at this point. I guess he put his head down and he was away from the general public of people waiting for families and whatever. So he was okay with that because then he was like, okay, nobody's here to kind of see, because it's a little more quieter where we went. So he's fine with like organizing this line of 60 people. I'll insert a picture here. I'll insert a picture eventually in this video because it was nuts. We stand to the side because he's still in the beginning of the line taking pictures. And okay, let me just make sure I'm going on schedule with this because I have a list of how things happened. The fact that I literally have it this right now, I could have just done this on my damn phone. We are standing to the side watching. I was mainly doing it for the purpose of just like seeing him. I wasn't doing it to observe the situation because I already knew it was hella damn bad, and it was literally hella bad. He's doing it, but he's being very quick about it. But the thing is, there were so many new fans that they didn't really understand the procedure and how things happen, and it's so funny to say that there's like a routine to this. Person would get their selfie. It was to the point where he wanted to secure his luggages, so he didn't want to move from where he was standing. Like he didn't want to like go up to the fan because then he would have to carry his luggages. So he kind of formed his little spot. People would come up to him line, like as the line moved. But these new fans didn't really understand, or they were shook, or they were starstruck, or they were literally killing time. I don't know what they were doing. They thought that he had all the time in the damn world. So he's standing, I need a damn sip of this, because thinking about this, I was literally like, okay, these people are so basic. So he would stand there and you would literally watch him go, like, come. So he would be like, come here, like half smiling, half like, let's move it or lose it, bucko. Like, what's the hold up? Like, hit the pedal to the metal. He's kind of standing there. He's like, okay, you can come to me. And they're like, and it was just so funny watching this from like the side, but he looked marvelous. I think he was wearing like a Saint Laurent shirt, and I was probably wearing like a Blue Notes shirt. So you could kind of see the comparison of where we are. So at this point, me and Babak were like, okay, the line is getting shorter. Let's jump into line. And we were like, okay, perfect, because you know, we got our chance to kind of see what was happening, see the chaos. He was handling it very maturely, and he was, but at the same time, it was so crazy to see him. So I wouldn't say he was scared. He was very overwhelmed and anxious, and it was sad because he wasn't with anybody, and he was worried, and I think he kept making remarks like, oh, like my car is leaving, like, move it or lose it. And I know he gets Ubers, and I'm not sure how Ubers work because I don't take Ubers. I don't ever need to. I live in a dinky damn suburb. But I think that within a certain amount of time that eventually the Uber just dips. They're like, okay, see ya. And then what? He's gonna be stuck in this crowd. He's literally gonna have to hide in the bathroom to get like another car coming. But we get in line, and then things are happening. You know, I'm kind of mingling, and it's like talking, and it's like, it felt like you know, like cocktail hour. Like you're kind of just like, hey girl, like what's going on? Oh, hey boy, like I haven't seen you in a while. As this is all happening, we're coming up, and it's probably like maybe 7 or 8 people ahead of me and Babak. But he sees me and Babak. Keep in mind, he sees us. He goes from like just being used to like smiling, and then he like turns over and he sees us and he goes, ah! You know what I mean? And it's because we're familiar faces, and maybe that makes the situation a little more comforting because he knows us. And he puts on this like huge smile, and he's like, I'm looking in the viewfinder trying to make sure I don't look like a bubblegum idiot. Like, people are still surrounding him. They're not letting him go. He has his luggages, and now he's like stressed. Now he's like, okay, like I literally gotta go. So I look at him, and I'm at a good distance where I'm like speaking distance to him, and I go, do you want me to help you? He's like, no, it's fine. Like, he's like, it's totally fine. I just have to get to my car. He makes his way to the car, and we're like watching as fans are outside with him. They're outside literally lined up at his door waiting for him with autographs, and he's loading his luggages, and he's literally like not smiling at this point. And they're kind of like saying stuff like, oh, like you told us inside that you would do this, you told us inside, but you're not. Like, they were being rough. And I'm not kidding you when I tell you there was some girl. She basically should have just jumped in the car with him and sat down with him and gone home with him. She might as well have just done that, because honestly, she got into the car, like not into the car, but the door was open. She literally maneuvered her way into that door and was like begging for a selfie. He obviously did it because this girl was a freak. You might as well have just kicked the driver out and been his driver. I love Shawn, and I really do wish things were a little more tamed and controlled, and it's fine. He handled it well, and God bless his little heart. So that's the end of this story. He was mobbed. Legit, like that's the best way to describe last night, was he was mobbed. Anyways, love you too, delicious. Always and forever. See you later.